Oh, there you are, YouTube. Doodaloo 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 doo. Subscribe. So I watched Spencer the other day, the movie about Lady Diana, Princess Diana, and I'm having a tough time figuring out if I liked this movie or not. Like, we watched this, I don't know, a week ago, whenever it first came on. I think we saw it on Hulu. And ever since watching it, I've been like back and forth in my head. Do I like this movie or do I not like this movie? The director also made Jackie, that movie that Natalie Portman was in. I believe she was nominated for an Oscar, did not win. But I thought that movie was great. I thought Natalie Portman was great. I think she definitely deserved that nomination. Can't remember if I believe she deserved the win or not. Perhaps. I can't remember who was all nominated. Probably should have looked that up before filming this. But the director made that, and that was a very non-traditional biopic. It had a ethereal, haunting feel to it. And this movie has the same. I do know, I feel like I can for certain say that I don't like Spencer as much as Jackie. But Spencer is much more like complicated, I think. It's not an easy, yes, this is good, and I don't think it's an easy, no, this is bad sort of thing. And I've just been really struggling trying to figure out my thoughts on it, like my final judgment. Do I think this is a good movie or do I think this is a bad movie? But some interesting things I wrote down on this box here. So, Princess Diana, right? We have in Disney cartoons, those are all adapted, but we have princess films, right? These princess Disney animated movies, and there's this common trope where the princesses talk to animals, or like, I think even like jackets, and that happens in this movie. She's talking to a pheasant, and she's talking to a coat, and it was just kind of like, oh, this is cool, because this is nothing like a Disney movie. Maybe it kind of is. Maybe it kind of is. Because, those get kind of dark, like Cinderella isn't the greatest opening. It doesn't start out well for her. Doesn't start out well for a lot of them. But I just thought it was interesting that this movie, how like haunting and sort of like scary. It almost feels like a horror film. The score is fantastic. That I definitely can say I love. It's not a score that you're going to listen to on its own. I wouldn't anyway, just as like background music, because it is very jarring. It's difficult to listen to, but it fits the film perfectly. Sometimes it's very much like a psychological thriller. Sometimes it's very much like a horror film when it comes to the music. I feel like the movie itself, though, is a psychological thriller, I think. In an ethereal, subdued sense, wrapped in a biopic. I don't even think they say this is, I can't remember what they say. At the beginning, they basically tell you this is inspired by, but it's not, what we're presenting here did not literally happen, sort of thing. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting, the thing where she's talking to animals and soup coats. So maybe that's a spoiler. I'm sorry if it was, but so maybe I should say spoilers, I guess. Also the dead father thing. That just was very Disney princess. One thing that I can't figure out if I like or not is her speech patterns. I've heard interviews with Princess Diana, and she does have a very unique voice, but I feel like it does kind of change a lot depending on who she's speaking to, why she's speaking, all of that. And I feel like Kristen Stewart really locked into one speech pattern and held on to it, and it's sort of the I don't know, there's like the words are like fast and sort of like shot out like that, and she's like kind of stiff when she speaks. And there's a scene where like all of that is very purposeful because she's acting like she's some military general when she's playing with her kids, William and Harry. But I don't know. I feel like for this to be an on-edge psychological thriller, sometimes I think that was the right thing to do with that voice. I feel like that was a good choice. But other times, when I'm thinking of it outside of the genres it's sort of locking into, I'm like, that was strange. You know, I'm surprised there wasn't more variety there. But I don't know. Other times I like it. I can't figure out if I like this movie or not. What else did I write down? The person that they chose to play Prince Charles, I don't think was a good choice. I don't think he looks like him at all. I can't remember if he sounds like him. He looks more like Francis McDormand. But I mean, I think he was fine. Like everything he was, it was just like the look wasn't right. So that took, you had to kind of take a leap in order to buy him as Prince Charles. Also, I guess I sort of said this already, but she was nominated for Best Actress, which a lot of people were hoping would happen, but was not sure if it was going to happen because Kristen Stewart missed out on a lot of precursors. And it was looking like she wasn't going to get nominated. And then it happened. She was nominated for the Oscar. I'm curious to see how it's going to go. I am very late with the Oscar films. I usually try and watch them before they're nominated because you can usually tell what's going to get nominated, but I just haven't had time. And I think in March, that's when I will jump into and sort of binge the Oscar-nominated films. But this, I guess, would kind of be like my first leap into it. But it'll be a while before I get to another one. I think it will probably be March. And then I'm going to try and, you know, get one every night. So we're going to have some Oscar movie reviews coming up here in the next month. But yeah, I don't know. What did you think of Spencer if you saw it? Did you like it more than Jackie or less than Jackie? I'm curious. What do you think of Kristen Stewart in it? I'm really going back and forth. I don't know if I wouldn't say like she was bad. I just think she made some interesting choices. So, I don't know. I can't figure it out. Do I like this movie or not? I don't think I dislike it, but I'm trying to figure out if I think it's like, whoa, that was awesome. Or if it was just like, okay, yeah, that was a movie. You know, I don't know. I don't know where I'm at on this. Which I think is cool. I mean, I've been struggling with this film for a long time, and I think that's a mark of a good film, regardless. Just if you are thinking about it a lot. And I feel like I usually come up with these judgments pretty quick, like, yeah, I like that movie a lot. No, I didn't like it. But this one, back and forth, back and forth. Like I said, I watched this days ago, and I've been trying to talk to you about it, but I couldn't land on anything, so I'm just working through my thoughts right here. And I still haven't come to a conclusion. So, I guess we've gotten nowhere. But perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.